Okay, good morning, my beautiful souls. Good afternoon, wherever you guys are in the world. Time is not fluent. I did a read on Quinton Simon. Now, what bothers me is when I did the read, I seen his hands, okay? And in his hands, I seen the pink flower. Now, I seen the pink flower twice, okay? And there's also a card that I did pull, but I didn't say the card because it was kind of weird when I seen it at first and I wasn't sure. Okay, you gotta understand, when you are a psychic and medium, you can see things past, present, and future. Okay, so when I seen the snake, okay, I seen in both hands, okay, I seen the pink flower, and then he had a pink flower in one hand, and then the other hand, it looked like a rod or a stick or a belt that I was seeing. Okay, now he wasn't speaking, okay, he was just holding it. Okay, this is what I was seeing from my ancestors. Okay, now, and I was seeing him in front of me with his brown hair. Okay, so I knew it was him. Now, I couldn't understand the snake. There was a snake. I kept seeing a snake, right? So I said to myself, what does snake mean? Because a lot of times when I do reads, I see animals, okay? And there's a snake that appeared, okay? And it was bothering me. Really bothering me. Because the Native Americans, there's different definitions of seeing a snake with Native Americans, okay? It can mean the meaning of a snake sign is about the expansion of the mind and the spirit, okay? It's about expanding your mind and spirit, okay? So I said, what does this have to do with this little boy, okay? So I don't see that, okay? Because that message will be for me, not for him, okay? This is why I was seeing this snake. Now, the elders believed, okay, that the snake was a symbol of life and rebirth, okay? Now, the craziest thing, I'm going to say this 333 on the clock. I did see the death and rebirth, okay? The death, for legend purposes, this video is for legend purposes, okay? The snake reminded me of his life here, okay? And then his rebirth is when he ascended, okay? So that is what I was getting from spirit, okay? That he had life here, okay? But then his rebirth was when he ascended, okay? Now, when I see the snake too, it's like if you have a death and rebirth on this dimension, that means you come out of you're shedding your old and your old ways of thinking, your old ways of living, and you're bringing the new, okay? But with him, it was different, okay? I see a healing ceremony, you guys. This is crazy that I'm saying this. I see a healing ceremony for him, okay? And I'm seeing this in the Native world. So I don't understand, because he's not a Native American child that I know of, okay? This is what I'm seeing, you guys. And I seen the angels with him. Okay, I see the angels were with him, okay? And also a snake could also mean fertility, like a child, and he was a child. Okay. It really was bothering me last night. And also the snake is used as a symbol of strength, okay, across many societies. So I was seeing the snake, but I was seeing the snake around his feet, okay, when I seen the vision. And then I seen the pink flower twice, okay, and then I seen the rod, but the rod, this is where it was confusing me. It looked like a rod and it looked like a belt. Okay, so he was showing me what was oh God, Lord help me. I don't like to do this, but there's evidence somewhere, okay, that she did use, for alleged purposes, the mother, a belt on this child, okay, because he's showing me the belt, okay, the belt, it looked like a belt or a stick, okay, I'm just saying this, okay, to me it looked like a belt. It could have been a stick, but it looked like a belt, okay. He was showing me it, okay, so but the whole time the angels were around him, the whole time. Okay, I want you to understand this. The angels were around him. But when you are on drugs, okay, like his mother was on drugs, and the grandmother knew that her daughter was on drugs, okay, she wasn't worried about the children. She was worried about the drugs, okay. She was feeding herself with the drugs, okay. This is where the manipulation, the destruction, came in, as far as the devil, okay, the devil, okay. The mother was controlled by the lower beings, okay, because I'm not going to acknowledge the lower beings, and they can take control of you through drugs. This is why it's important not to take drugs, okay, no matter what, because what happens is they can body snatch you, okay? Yes, they can body snatch you, okay? The exorcism and stuff, those movies are real. It happens in real life, okay? I may sound crazy, but I'm not crazy. Yeah, I could not sleep because this little boy was on my mind. And also yeah, I seen the snake around his feet. There was a couple of snakes. I seen the angels around him, okay? I seen him holding a pink flower twice, okay? And he's in dirt. But the dirt, there's water. Like, I'm seeing a, like, septic, something that's leaking out water on top of his body. Okay, I do not see him in a box. I do not see that. I do see a blanket wrapped around him, and she placed a flower on him. And I'm seeing twice the pink flower. Okay, so let me see something here, because this was really bothering me, because this soul is so young. So the angels and the ancestors have to come through for him, but he was standing in front of me with two objects in his hand, the pink flower, and I seen the pink flower on the ground, and I seen the snakes, and then I seen on his other hand look like the object of a belt or a stick. Okay, so there is there is something on record of some kinds of where he was at the doctor's of bruises. There was bruises on this child, okay? And if they find his body, they will see the bruises. Okay. I don't like doing reads like this. All I'm gonna say is I seen a pink flower, so there is a pink flower over his body, you guys, on top of his body. There is flowers around him. It's not like a big garden, and I see a fence. This is where they're gonna find his body, but he has ascended with the angels and the ancestors. Okay, that is all I'm gonna say. And I'm gonna send you guys light and love, and like I said, I'm sending light and love for this child, and he's with the angel, and he's with the divine source, the God source. Okay, and he's at peace. And that's all I'm saying on this, you guys. This was my part 2. I kept seeing the snakes and the pink flowers, and on his left hand I seen the rod with the stick, or the I say the stick or the belts. So there was physical abuse and emotional abuse going on in this home, you guys. And there's some kind of evidence on his body that they will find. And there's also something, I see him at in front of a physician, and the physician is asking, how did he get these bruises? And it was a belt bruise. So I'm confused here. So there is some kind of evidence of physical abuse on this child. Okay, there's some kind of evidence. So it's medical evidence that they had prior to his passing, you guys. Okay, I'm going to end this. This is Jennifer Felix, you guys. I'm sending light and love. Light and love, my beautiful souls.